Today we are standing in a city which was once the largest city of the entire Iberian Peninsula and the second largest city of Europe. My disciples, I know it is hard to believe, but yes, this is the story of Cordoba. So, without wasting time, let us begin. I said that it is a story because Cordoba is a city of historic events. Throughout the centuries, Cordoba has been an important trading center. This was due to its strategic location. So, let me show you where is it located on the map.
Spain lies in southwestern Europe and together with Portugal, makes up the Iberian Peninsula. It is divided into 17 autonomous communities, Andalusia being one of them. Spain also has two groups of islands. First is the Canary Islands off the coast of Africa, in the Atlantic Ocean, and the other is the Balearic Islands in the Mediterranean Sea. Spain shares land borders with Portugal on the west and with Andorra and France on the north. The Pyrenees mountain forms the physical separation between Spain and France. Among the water bodies, Bay of Biscay lies to the northwest, whereas two subsections of the Mediterranean Sea, called the Balearic Sea, lies to the east, and the Alboran Sea lies to the south. The Strait of Gibraltar separates Spain from Morocco. In the south, La Línea de la Concepción is the peninsula on which Gibraltar is located, which is an overseas territory of the UK, according to the Treaty of Utrecht made in 1713. The tiny exclave autonomous cities of Ceuta and Melilla lies on the continent of Africa. Hence, Spain shares international border with Morocco as well. Also, the peninsula of Penondiveles de la Gomera is divided by a 100-meter wide sand bridge. Talking about Andalusia, it is the second largest autonomous community of Spain, headed by a president. It is further subdivided into 8 provinces. Sevilla is the capital of the Sevilla province and entire Andalusia. The province of Cordoba is surrounded by the Badajoz province to the northwest, while the Sevilla province lies to the west. The provinces of Malaga and Granada forms its southern boundary. The province of Jaén lies to the east and the Ciudad Real province forms its northeastern boundary. The city of Cordoba is the capital of the Cordoba province. The city is located on the northern banks of the Guadalquivir River. It has a relatively flat land with a few rising points, the highest being 106 meters above sea level. The Sierra Morena mountain range, lying to the north of the city, is a significant range, as it separates Cordoba from the northern part of the province, and it also forms a physical barrier between Cordoba and the rest of Spain. The city lies in the depression region of the Guadalquivir Valley. The Guadalquivir River flowing south of the city covers a distance of 657 kilometers, starts in the Jaén province and ends in the Gulf of Cadiz. Cordoba has a small airport for private jets. The main connection of the city is the Cordoba Central Railway Station, which connects major cities of Spain to Cordoba via the railways. Sevilla and Malaga have important international airports near Cordoba. The city is further subdivided into 6 administrative blocks headed by a councillor, and the city is governed by a mayor.
I had said strategic because the road heading west to Extremadura, and the road to Maceda in central Spain, going through the Sierra Morena range, via the Despinaparos Pass, converges here. So, it is a crossroads for the roads going to major cities in Spain. But it attracted major global attraction, from the 8th to the 10th century, when the Umayyads conquered it in 712 AD. In 766 AD, it was declared the capital of the Emirate of Cordoba, and later the Caliphate. Let us see how Cordoba became so religiously significant, that it turned out to be an independent caliphate, away from the Arab Islamic world in the Middle East. Now, that my lands are taken over by the Abbasids, I'll find a new place to rule in the west. I'm the new caliph. Okay, so the land of Hispania lies on the north of Gibraltar. Let's conquer it. So, this place will be called the Emirate of Cordoba. I see that there is political instability in Baghdad. And since Cordoba is so prosperous, I don't need to follow him as a caliph. From now onwards, I'll also be the caliph, and my caliphate will be known as the Caliphate of Cordoba. Hence, that is how the Caliphate of Cordoba was established in 929 AD. Believe me, if this was a history channel, I would have definitely explained to you how it ended and where are the Muslims that lived in the Caliphate today. But, since we talk about geography here, let me tell you that the entire city of Cordoba was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994. Thus, it is one of the most visited tourist spots in entire Spain. Before I tell you about the major places to visit here, let us know about the climate of this place, which is a major factor that attracts tourists from all across the globe to Cordoba. Cordoba has a Mediterranean climate. It has the highest summer temperatures in Europe, with highs averaging 36.9 degrees Celsius in July, and days with temperature above 40 degrees Celsius are common in the summer months. Winters are mild, yet cooler than other low-lying cities in southern Spain, due to its interior location, wedged between the Sierra Morena range and the Pinabedic system. Precipitation is concentrated in the coldest months. This is due to the Atlantic coastal influence. After the climate, let us know about the people who reside here. The total population of Cordoba is 3,25,708, according to the 2018 census, with a density of 259.5 inhabitants per square kilometer. The majority of the population, with about 97.5% of the people, are identified as Spanish, with a few minority of other religions. Castilian Spanish is the primary spoken language in Cordoba. However, it is heavily influenced by the Arabic accent. There are over 4,000 loan words from Arabic and the Andalusian accent of Spain. Despite Cordoba's exclusionary past, today the city embraces its connections to the Big Three Abrahamic religions. Its population remains largely Catholic, but tourists of all faiths flock to the city to explore links to their own heritages. I know that you all have a specific question in mind. If Cordoba was a caliphate, how can the major religion here be Christianity instead of Islam? Well, write down in the comment box below about your thoughts. I'll make a video in future about entire Andalusia, in which you'll get your answers. And if you have watched it till here, I'm sure you are definitely interested to know about this religious transition. So, don't let your curiosity be wasted. Click on the red subscribe button and press the notification bell icon to satisfy your curiosity for some godly knowledge. These are the flags of the Cordoba city. These are the coat of arms of the Cordoba city and the Cordoba province. The most important of all monuments found in Cordoba, the Mezquita Cathedral, is the grandest. A UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1984, its construction began in 780 AD by Abd ar-Rahman. It was the Grand Mosque of the Iberian Peninsula for a long time. Heading inside, we find 850 columns, supporting a seemingly endless array of red and white arches. In the center of the building, the east and west collide, as the gilded Renaissance nave stands out against the geometric subtlety of the Moorish construction. On the conquest of the city in 1236 by King Ferdinand III, the Christian reconsagration and transformation of the Mezquita into a cathedral began. However, the Mezquita still retains some of its original decor, such as the gilded Quranic verses and the geometric patterns. As an Islamic mosque, we can still see the mihrab. It shows the direction of the Qibla, which means the direction in which Muslims should pray. The Gothic and Baroque styling of the Catholic nave contrasts with the Moorish arches, and it is truly mesmerizing. The minaret of the mosque was converted into a bell tower. It is a beautiful spot to get panoramic views of Cordoba. Walking towards the Guadalquivir River from the Mezquita Cathedral, we find the Puente Romano, a masterpiece from the ancient Roman times. This bridge was originally built after Caesar's victory over Pompey the Great. Later, a Moorish bridge was constructed on the Roman structure. In the 17th century, a sculpture depicting Saint Raphael was put in the middle of the bridge. At the other side of the bridge, there is this beautiful tower museum called the Torre de la Calhorra. Learn about the rich historical facts of Cordoba and its beautiful exhibits. Visiting its rooftop gives you a picturesque view of the Guadalquivir River. Chuderia de Cordoba is the old Jewish quarter and one of the most delightful areas of Cordoba to explore. With its narrow lanes, whitewashed houses, flower-filled patios and quiet little squares, this area has a distinctive atmosphere. One of the most significant buildings here is the Casa de Safarid Museum. It has been restored to its 14th century glory. It features 5 themed rooms that illustrate the history and culture of the Sephardi, or the Spanish Jews. To further explore Cordoba's multicultural heritage, visit the Alcazar. This former caliphal palace was home to the Moorish rulers until the city was conquered by Catholic King Fernando in 1236. Typical of Andalusian architecture, the Alcazar is made up of various halls around courtyards filled with exotic flowers, trees, and aromatic plants. The palace contains an antiquities collection including fine Roman mosaics, in the Hall of the Mosaics, where the items were discovered. Museo Arqueológico de Cordoba, Museo de Bellas Artes, Palacio de Viana are important museums which are not to be missed while visiting Cordoba. Madinat al-Zahra, meaning the shining city, is the ruins of a vast, fortified Andalusian palace, built during the times of Caliph Abdurrahman III, is located on the outskirts of Cordoba. Those were some of the most beautiful places you should definitely put on your bucket list. But I want geographers from Cordoba to definitely tell my disciples about the other must-visit places from your city. Next, we come to the delicious foods we can have at Cordoba. The delicacies of Cordoba are a part of the Andalusian cuisine. Some typical dishes of this cuisine include fried fishes and shellfishes, desserts and wines. But, in order to have the best foods in Cordoba, the currency we have to spend is euro, which is the official currency of Spain. Salmorejo, rabo de toro, berenjenas con miel, and flamenquin are some of the most famous dishes from Cordoba. In case you're a lover of sherry, visit to Cordoba will be worth it. For those who don't know what sherry is, don't think that I'm talking about the exotic girl whom I met during my visit to Cordoba. Sherry is a kind of fortified wine, which is made by the variety of white grapes, primarily the Palomino grapes found in Spain. The towns of Montilla and Morales, in the Cordoba province, produces the Montilla Morales wine. This sherry is famous among all sherry lovers across the world. The beauty of Cordoba is in full bloom every year in May, during the Festival de los Patios Cordobeses. This popular festival is a competition among Cordoba residents for the prize of the most beautiful patio. The prestigious prize is awarded for patio with the most impressive display of potted plants and colorful flowers. Many locals and tourists come for this lively event, which includes singing, dancing and delicious tapas. Each year in July, people from all over the world celebrate the Guitar Festival in Cordoba. The Cordoba Guitar Festival includes a number of spectacular concerts. The Catholic festivals are also an important part of the heritage of Cordoba. Iglesia de San Lorenzo is a 13th century church, converted from a mosque. It is one of the finest examples of medieval architecture in Cordoba. Iglesia de San Miguel Church belongs to the group of 14 parish churches built after the reconquest of Cordoba. These churches are called femendinas, and many were renovations of old mosques. The city of Cordoba has many legends, who made sure that Cordoba shall have a shining name on the global stage. Some of the important famous personalities include Seneca, the Younger, the famous Roman philosopher, the Roman poet Lucain, the medieval Spanish poet Juan de Mina, the Renaissance poet Luis de Góngora, Abdallah al-Qaisi, an early jurist responsible for spreading the Tsarite school, Ibn Rushd, often Latinized as Averroes, an important jurist in medieval Muslim world, Munhir bin Sayyid al-Baliyali, a prominent judge for the Caliphate of Cordoba, Moses Maimonides, a rabbi who radically changed the direction of Jewish philosophy. Among these, the man who shines the most in the list of the legends is Julio Romero de Torres. Born in Cordoba, Julio Romero de Torres was a renowned symbolist painter and talented portrait artist. During his career, he painted more than 500 portraits, many featuring women. Today, Museo Julio Romero de Torres stands to exhibit the talent of this renowned artist. Hence, we come to the end of the episode. That was the story from the Pearl of the Moorish Spain. The beauty of Cordoba is also complemented by the epithet Constantinople of the Occident? Tell me in the comments below if you have any questions regarding Cordoba. I would be more than happy to answer them. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram in order to participate in midweek geography quiz to prove that you really gained some godly knowledge. Link is in the description below. Click on the other link to follow my mortal assistant on Instagram as well. Stay tuned, the delightful city of Doha coming up next.